Okay, so we've got some notes, again, based off of our exponential function equation, right? F of x equals a times b to the power of x. All right, so going off of that, there's a couple different variations to this equation based on the b value, the multiplication pattern. I did mention this earlier this week. So remember, exponential functions, we're always multiplying for exponential functions. Okay, so looking at these notes, we've got fill-in notes. Okay, so looking at our multiplication factor b, there's two different options. If b is greater than 1, if that b value is larger than 1, it's going to be a growth function. So remember, exponential growth is going to look like this. It's growing exponentially, right? Like it could be like real world example, like for COVID cases, that was exponential growth. Started with pretty slow and steady, and just build and skyrocketed because it was like, multiplying and multiplying, growing tremendously. So again, if our b value for our equation, so it was f of x equals a times b to the power of x. So if that b value is larger than 1, it's going to be exponential growth. If our b value is between 0 and 1, it's going to be decay, where it's starting off high up and dropping down low is decay. So can someone think of an example? What's the number between 0 and 1? Thinking on a number line, what's the number between 0 and 1? Go ahead and take a moment. We'll pause the video. Take a moment. What do you think is a number between 0 and 1? Answer in the room chat or private message me. Number between 0 and 1. Okay, assuming we've got our answers, hopefully I read them off, but like an example is like a fraction or a decimal, then those are numbers between 0 and 1, right? So let's look at this example actually here. All right, so how do we figure out what that number is? Based on this example, we're given a table, and we want to, again, assuming we want to write out our equation, we need to figure out what the multiplication factor is. And we can see that it's dropping down, but it's getting a little dicey. It's getting a little concerning, I know, for some of you, because we see these fractions. And that was a mistake. So I got to erase everything. I apologize in advance for the choppiness in this video. Okay, so figuring out the multiplication pattern, especially if there's like fractions, it could be confusing. What we do is we're going to write this out as a fraction. We're going to start with the second term. So in this case, the 24. And we're going to divide it by 60, and we're going to simplify. So 24 and 60, 6 is divisible by both, right? We're just trying to simplify, clean up this fraction a bit. 6 goes into 24 4 times, goes into 60 10. We could take out another 2, and that would be 2/5. That's all the way simplified. So let's check 60 times 2 divided by 5, right? Like 2/5. And that does give us 24. Let's check now. 24 times 2 divided by 5 for 2/5. That does give us 9.6, right? So we're always going back and checking, making sure, is our answer correct? So for this example, it would be f of x equals our first term is 60 times our b value, 2/5 to the power of x. We'll put that in parentheses. Times 2/5. All right, so this is going to be decay. So remember, decay is when it's between 0 and 1. I know for linear functions, it was kind of weird because if our slope was negative, it was like a negative number, right? But exponential problems are a little different. Exponential decay, where it's dropping, again, multiplication pattern is a fraction or a decimal between 0 and 1, versus growth is larger than 1. Okay. All right, let me clear this. All right, so let's go ahead and try this one together as a class. This is very similar to what your quiz is going to look like as well for the 2.3. So we've got our, like off to the side, our just reminder about, growth or decay. Anyways, so we've got our equation here. We're asked to figure out, is this growth or decay, right? So it was supposed to be on here, but it's not on here. It's okay. So recapping, if our b value is greater than 1, it's going to be growth. If our b value is between 0 and 1, it's going to be decay. So if they're asking us, is it growth or is it decay? We are only looking at the b-value, all right? Because I know this one, we're like, oh my gosh, there's a fraction there. Ignore it. We're only looking at the b-value, right? Room chat, help us out. Private message, what is the b-value? Spotlight time. What is the b-value here? We're searching, waiting for responses. I'll pause the video. Okay, assuming there are responses now because it's a recording, I'm not sure. But our b-value, ding, 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 is going to be the 4. 4. All right, so 4. And now to figure out, is this growth or decay? We ask ourselves, is 4 a number larger than 1? Or is 4 a fraction between 0 and 1? And I think 4 is going to be larger than 1, right? If we need some help, we can draw out a little number line. Okay, I don't know where that came from. Let me get rid of that. Okay, that's going to drive me crazy. All right. We could draw a number line like 0 through 1. 4 would be much larger than 1, right? So this is going to be a growth. Okay. You can click on your notes, click on camera, add this to your notes. I forgot to add the other one too, so I'll go back, add this so you guys can add that to your notes. And then once you do that, brain break, and then you'll try it on your own. All right, again, any questions, let me know. Keep you posted. Good luck.